If you can write the answers somewhere, it would be better. I will anyway share the answers later on, but if you also can write the answers, it would be better. You take an exercise book and or even on the PDF or whatever, right? Try to write the answers, right? Okay.
Okay.
Right. So if you look at the first one, part of the procedure largest is shown. Procedure largest. Declare n as integer, n2 as integer, ln as integer. Give more meaningful identifier name for each of the following variable used by the procedure. N1. Right. So what can we use? N1. Actually, if you look at the comment, you can get the idea. Right. In the comment, it's the name is there. Right. So what can you say for this one? Any suitable name? Any suitable name? What we can do is we can use camel case for this. Right. First number like this. Right. Camel case is where first word is all simple and the following words first letter is capital, right? If you have any questions, any doubts, let me know. Disturb me anytime. Second number, right? Then this is to show the largest number, right? See in the comments they say first number, second number, largest number. So largest number. Okay. What is good? What is a global variable in modular programming? Right. Can you tell me? Just give me the points. A global variable. A global variable. Ravinder, Mahadi. Just give the points. What is a global variable?
So it can be accessed by all the modules in the program.
Okay. Can be accessed. Do you have the mark scheme with you? Did I share the mark scheme? How did you say the exact thing in the mark scheme? I shared only the paper, right? Yeah, it's the paper. Okay, you said the exact thing in the mark scheme. Yeah, a variable that is accessible from all the modules, right? It's a modular programming, so the whole program will be divided into modules. So this is a variable that can be accessed from all the modules or any module in the program, in the main program. Right. Okay, understand? Right. A function called calculation assign value to variables as shown. Today, Wednesday, month number 11, grade D, height 154.3, received false. Okay. Give an appropriate data type for each of the variable. Right. Today, what do you think today is? You can see it consists of a number of characters. So it can be called, and there are a number of characters, multiple characters. It is string. Month number. Ramindu, what is month number? Data type? Integer. Good. Grade. You can see grade is having just a single letter, so it has to be character or char. Right? And height, you can see it's a number, but there are decimal points, so it's going to be real or float. Okay, real or float. Received. is false. So it's going to be Boolean, right? Boolean or even logical is fine, but I think Boolean would be better, right? Okay, so that's pretty easy. Some pseudocode expressions in the function are shown in the following table. Complete the table by evaluating each expression and writing the answer in the evaluates to column. If the expression is valid, write error. If the expression is valid, write error in the what? If the expression is invalid, write error in the evaluates to column. Okay. Length today greater than 6. I can see today is a string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So length of today is 9. 9 is greater than 6. Is that true or false? That is. So you also quickly work out. Don't wait until I explain. You also quickly work out and tell me the answer. So length today is 9, right? 9 is greater than 6. True or false? True, right? Okay, what about this one? Mod. Now you had to follow the mod mass, the brackets first. Int height, right? Integer of height. What is height? 154.3, right? So integer of height is what? You also do it. Take a piece of paper and do it. Height is 154.3. So int height means what? Yeah. Come on, say 154, right? 154, and that should be multiplied by 3, right? 12, 16. 462, right? Right. 462, that's this one. And 4. These should be mod, right? So mod is the remainder, right? Mod is the remainder. So it's like this: 462 mod 4. You have to divide by 4 and you have to find the remainder. So 462. You also do it. 1. Just you do it. Right. So here 22, no? 20. Right. So the remainder is, what's the remainder? Is that correct? Is that the answer you got? Ravi, Mahadi? Did you get 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
Yes, sir.
Right. ASC. What is ASC? Month number. 11. Plus height. AC. Now they haven't told what AC is, right? Then it should be in the appendix. Let's check the appendix. All right. See, returns an integer. ASCII. Right. Okay. This character returns the integer. For example, ASCII A returns integer 65. Okay. So in the appendix, the explanation should be there, right? ASCII month number. Right. Is that correct? ASCII month number. If you look at the function in the appendix, it said ASCII should have a parameter which is a character, because we are trying to get the ASCII number, right? But this one is a number already. So this will result in error, right? Adding it to height is okay, but the problem is this, right? ASCII function should have a character inside, but not a number, right? Am I right? Is that correct? That should be an error, right? Yeah. Any disputes? Any disagreements? Let me know. Right? If I am wrong, let me know. Huh? So ASCII should have a character, not a number, right? Received and month number less than 20. Received is false. So this is false, and month number less than 20. Month number is 11. Month number less than 20 is correct. Received is false, and it is joined with AND operator, right? So false and true, or 0 and 1. What's the result? AND operator gives the result if both inputs are true, but one is false, the other one is true. So what's going to be the result? Yeah. Received is false. Month number less than 20 is correct. One is false, the other one is true. What's the answer?
False.
Yeah, Mahdi, is it true or false? Ravinder?
Is it false?
That's false. Yeah, correct. Good. Mid today. So let's look at the mid function. Go to the appendix. Mid. Right. Mid string integer return string. Mid A B C D is it right? 2 3 right? Returns B C D right? 1 2 3. So you can see that the first number is the starting position of the character, starting with B, and then it takes 3 characters from the starting letter. So from B, it takes 3 characters. That's B, C, D. Okay, that's how it works. But in Python, of course, it's different. This is pseudocode, right? So don't get mixed up with Python. Right. So mid today is having the value Wednesday, and the two values are 1, 3. So starting with 1, 3 characters should be extracted. This is called what? String manipulation, right? So that is 1, 2, 3. So the answer is W, E, D. W, E, D. Write the exact case of it. Capital W, E, D. Okay, so that's really easy.
So your mark is wrong in the template.
What? Yeah. What is it?
The paper you have marked it wrong. I have wrote WD.
I have marked it wrong.
That's
Seriously? For WED? Have you written like simple WED or capital WED? Capital W, simple D, simple D.
the capital.
Oh, you send me a photo of that? Okay, I'll check that, right? An algorithm to store 1,000 students' numbers and marks in 1D array described as follows. Apply the process of stepwise refinement to this algorithm to produce more detailed description. Write the more detailed description using structured English. Okay, structured English. Your explanation of the algorithm should not include pseudocode statements, right? Okay, so it's going to be like less restricted, right? Okay, stepwise refinement. What are we going to do? We are going to store marks, 1,000 students number and marks. Thousand student number and marks in 1D array. Apply the process of step-by refinement to the algorithm to produce a more detailed description. Okay. Right. So we can't use 2D array, and we can't use 1D array also, right? Because an algorithm to store 1,000 students number, right? That's 1 to 1,000, and marks. So this should be something like this, right? Should be something like this, right? So you have one dimensional array, and you have another one-dimensional array, right? Both have index like this, 0, 1, and then up to 1,000. And one should be having the student number. The other one should be having the student marks. So it's in fact two one-dimensional arrays, right? Otherwise it becomes a 2D array, no? If we store it in a single array. Isn't it? What do you think? Is that how you answered? Right? So first of all, we need a loop, right, to go through all the students, right? So we can have something like for count 1 to 1,000, right? Do the indentation. Check your answers, right? Then we need to fill the student array with the numbers. So we have the numbers here. Produce more details, write more. To store an algorithm to store 100 and marks in 1D array as described as follows. Right? So this is the index actually, right? So we start with 1, not 0. So this is the index. Using the index, we need to input the student number and the student marks. So what we can do is input, then the first array, right? Student number array, right? And for this array, we need to input the student number. Input student number, and for each index. So where are we keeping the index? We are keeping the index in the count variable. So here it should be count, right? For each count, it will read the student number and put it into this. Okay. Right. Similarly, okay. So we need the for loop to access all the indexes. Similarly, input what? Student marks, and there also you put count. So now what happens is this. Okay. When you put the student number here, let's say student 1, marks will be added to this one. So the index will represent the same student's number and the mark. Is that clear? Yeah. And here you can put end 4. Even if you describe this, it's fine because it's structured English. So here, no declaration of variables, nothing, just, for count 1 to 1000, input student number, that's one dimensional array. So see, in the question, they don't mention how many 1D arrays we have to use. But if you combine these two, it will be a 2D array. So we take 2 1D arrays. Okay, any questions? Right, shall you do one more question and stop for the day? I'll tell you when we are going to have the physical class, right? Most probably this week, 29th, we are coming for the staff meeting. Write a procedure called arrange order to perform on the bubble sort on the above student marks array into ascending order using pseudocode. Write a procedure called arrange order to perform on the bubble sort. So they're not talking about the efficient bubble sort. So we can just basically do the normal bubble sort. Okay. So first of all, there should be a procedure, right? So how do you start the procedure? Procedure, and the name, give the name, the exact name, right? Arrange order brackets. Right, now you need to think like this. Let's do step by step, right? So we are going to, now this is a procedure. If it is a procedure, it should accept a parameter, right? It's not a must, but here in this case, we need to accept a parameter. And that parameter is going to be the array where we have marks, right? So that array is student marks. So we'll pass that student marks into this parameter as a parameter to this procedure, right? Student marks. You pass an array directly into the procedure, right? Right. So we start the procedure, arrange order, and we are accepting one parameter, right? Which is the array. We pass the array. And we need two for loops here, two loops to do the bubble sort. The outer loop is taking care of the passes because just one pass is not enough to do the bubble sort. And the inner loop is taking care of the swapping, right? So the outer loop, if you start with 1, I equals 1, you can go up to length of student marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. But the inner loop, if you start with 1, you are comparing with the next one, right? If j is 1, j plus 1 is this. Right? If j is this, j plus 1 is this. If j is this, j plus 1 is this. Because you are comparing j against j plus 1 in bubble sort. You are comparing the left against the right. If this is j, j plus 1 will be this. If this is j, there's no j plus 1. Right? It's out of index. So we need to go only up to this. J should go only up to this. If j is this, j plus 1 will be this. Is that clear? Mahadi, Ravindu? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
So this should go only up to 1 less than the total length. What does this do? This do the swapping. Swapping. Right. Now do the swapping algorithm. How do you do the swapping algorithm? You check the left against the right. Right. So if what is left? Left is going to be j. Right. So we need to use the array student marks j is compared against they haven't said yeah, ascending order. If it is ascending order, you have to check whether the left is greater than the right. So if student marks j greater than what? Student marks what? What is right? If this is j, this should be. If left is j, right should be j.
+1.
J plus 1, good. J plus 1. Ravind, you also say. Okay, if this is true, what do? You do the swapping. And how do you do the swapping? You need a third variable, right? You need a temporary variable. So temp equals, right? What do? You put the left value to the temp, right? Where's the left value? Student marks j. That's the left value. You put the left value to the temp. And then what do? You put the right value to where the left value is, right? So where left value was, student marks j, what do? You put the right value. Where's the right value? Student marks j plus 1. Okay, there are three lines for the swapping algorithm, right? What is the last step? What is in temp, you put it to the right value, right? So right value is student marks, actually right value position, okay? For the right value position, that is j plus 1. You put what is in the temp. Right? So first you put the left value to the temp, you put the right value to where the left value goes, and then finally you put the temp into the place where the right value goes. So ultimately we are swapping these two, right? 28 and 95, we are swapping if the left is greater than the right. In this case, we don't do that because left is anyway less than the right value. Understand? So this part is the swapping algorithm. Okay. So you also do it. I will share the answers. Then you do it on your own and compare. Right? Okay. Then what you should do? What should you do? Else we don't do anything. You don't need to swap if it is else. Right. So basically, what you should do is you should move to the next one. So j should be incremented. Right. So that's j. You can say next j. Next j. Or you can put j equals j plus 1. Right. So this loop, this inner loop will do the swapping. Right. That means it will go from left to the right. After going through left to right once, it may not be sorted completely. So you need to go through more passes. So that's the outer loop, right? So now we need to increment the outer loop. That's here, right here. So make sure that you have the correct indentation. That is next I. That's all. This is not the efficient bubble sort because you can see even if the list is sorted, the passes will run. It will run passes from 1 to the total length. That's all right because they just look for the procedure with the bubble sort. Right? Is that clear? Anything else? Do you have any concerns? Any problems? That's the end of the first question. So make sure that you have got everything complete, right? The procedure. Just a minute. Right. Guys, I need to stop here. I'll share the answers with you, right? Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.